stand and join Councilman Long in a salute to our country and our flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain standing for our prayer, please. Pastor?
Oh God, you are the one who hears us when we call to you. You are good, true, and right. We can wander away from you. May your mercy draw us back to you. We want to give opportunity for our fellow citizens to grow as individuals and contribute to this community. Give us strength to make difficult decisions, ones that put others ahead of our own selfish desires, which will result in benefit for those in need. Please give us insight by your wisdom to choose well in our meeting tonight, and our desire is to honor you in the discussion and the decisions made tonight. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor. Okay, call to order our Guthrie Public Works Authority meeting of October 4th. Second item on the agenda is public comments, community announcements, and recognitions. I understand there's public comment. There's a group here representing a neighborhood, and I understand that Mr. Gabe Pruitt is the spokesperson for the group. Mr. Pruitt, you have 5 minutes. You can?
All right. So my name is Gabe Pruitt, and I'm CEO of Anvil Environmental, and I also live over off of Seward Road. And basically, we were notified last week that there's a proposed concrete batch plant to go in right there at the corner of Seward and Sooner, between I-35 and Sooner. There are several different issues with this that we've found, but the biggest one is if you look down at the bottom of the page, there's several contaminants that are associated with cement batch plants. Those contaminants are always running off of the location. And where they are proposing this cement batch plant is right on the tributary to Guthrie Lake. So, that's a major issue. I know that there's nothing that you guys can do right now, but our biggest thing was that we wanted to at least plant the seed so that you guys know what's going on. And basically what we're wanting to do is not have this happen. I mean, besides the environmental issues, there's 1,000 safety concerns. There's a school within 500 feet of the property line. There is a church. Well, there's 2 churches, 2 neighborhoods. There are several other residential properties right there. So there are a lot of people that would be affected by this. But if these contaminants get into the lake, the drinking water is going to be completely contaminated. And that in itself is a major issue. So I don't really know what we're trying to ask you guys for tonight, but other than to plant that seed so that you guys understand what is going on, and hopefully we can put a stop to it. That's all I got.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pruitt.
Yep.
Since this isn't an agenda item, we will not respond.
Right.
You know the process, I believe, and
Yeah.
people know the process, so you have other opportunities to go to Planning Commission and so forth.
Right.
But thank you for your input.
Thank you.
Third item on the agenda is a consent agenda with one item, approval of the minutes of the September 20th Public Works Authority meeting. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
And a second. Any other discussion? Submit your votes.
I'll vote for
See the votes. Unanimous approval from those council present, and then to approve the consent agenda, item A. Item number 4, discussion and possible action to approve resolution number 2022-06 of the City Council and Public Works Authority to revise the 2011 edition of the purchasing policy. Leroy, are you handling that?
I am. The purchasing policy 2022 edition, we've updated to reflect the amendments to state statute dealing with the Public Competitive Bidding Act. prior to anything that was 50,000 or above, you had to go through sealed bids. They're amending that now to 100,000. And I think parts of our ordinances go back to when it was 12,500 and it hadn't been updated. We've streamlined it to some degree. The former purchasing policy was 27 pages. This is 18 pages. We cite statute and charter provisions so that when those are amended, it will automatically change our purchasing policy rather than go back and amend something that's already by state statute. Each category is one place. The former one, it defined it in one location and told you how to do it in another, so you had to look at several pages. Now, each category is all together. It's been reviewed by the city attorney, city clerk, and purchasing agent, Jesse Bryant. I'd be glad to go through it and go over the various changes, but I would leave it at city council on how detailed you want me to walk through this.
And the main thing is it brings it in line with state statute.
Brings it in line state statute and clarifies some things that maybe weren't crystal clear in the old policy.
And it still comes to council on purchases over 25,000. So.
Correct. Anything over 25,000, no matter what the procedure, because now some things that would have been advertised in the paper and sealed bids can be done by quotes. But it doesn't matter what the process is. If it's over 25,000, it comes to city council approval.
Right.
City manager's authority is limited to purchases 25,000 below.
Yeah.
That wasn't your 5 minutes.
I'd
Sorry.
be glad,
Sorry.
I'd be glad to sit down.
Sorry about that, Leroy. Any questions of Leroy?
No, I'm gonna make a motion to approve it.
I got a question here, I think.
Okay, sorry.
Did the bids finally come in on the air conditioning system and any of the other things like
This
the
will
windows
be
and stuff?
part of the ability to get bids for the HVAC systems, because under our former purchasing policy, we had to put them all into one bid. And a lot of the HVAC contractors, normally when they do something of that size, they're a subcontractor and they don't have to put performance bonds and payment bonds. This new process will allow us, because they're all under $100,000, to make it more user-friendly for our local contractors to bid on those. So we think this will be an opportunity to actually get bids on the HVAC systems.
I'll second
Should be good. So we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Submit your votes, please.
All votes are in.
See the votes. Unanimous approval from those councilmen present. Then to approve resolution number 2022-06. Item number 5, consider approval receipt of permit number ending in 0237 for the construction of 6,446 linear feet of 8-inch PVC sanitary sewer line, 1 lift station with 2 300 GPM submersible pumps, 1,499 linear feet of 4-inch PVC, replace 2 550 GPM pumps at the existing lift station number 6, and appenditures to serve the Mission Hills Section 2 sanitary sewer, a new lift station, and upgrade existing lift station number 6 of Logan County, and to be this to be noted in the minutes after which we will be maintained as a permanent record. That's a lot. That's one sentence.
That's a big one.
That's a long, that's almost a 5-minute sentence there.
So moved.
Anyway, wait a minute.
I can move on.
Leroy, are you on
I'll handle this one. This is for a part of Mission Hills, Phase 2. Of course, it was prepared by their engineering, reviewed by our engineer, and then it goes to DEQ, and they approve the permit. And anytime we get a permit, whether it's for us as the city or for subdivision, when DEQ approves a permit, they require us to present it to city council and it become part of the public record. And that's what we're doing tonight, is just satisfying that requirement.
Okay, so to have it on public record. Okay.
So moved.
Second. Motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Submit your votes.
I'll vote Strand.
See the votes. Unanimous approval, those councilmen present. Then to approve the receipt of permit number ending in 0237. That being the last item on our agenda, I close our Public Works Authority meeting and open our City Council meeting of October 4th. Second item on the agenda is our consent agenda. Item A, approval of the minutes of the September 20th City Council meeting.
So moved.
Have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? Submit your votes.
I'll vote Strand.
See the votes. Unanimous approval from those council present. Then to approve the consent agenda, item A. Item number 3, discussion possible action to approve resolution 2022-6 of the City Council and Guthrie Public Works Authority to revise the 2011 edition of the purchasing policy, which we just reviewed.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Submit your votes.
I'll vote Strand.
See the votes. Unanimous approval by the City Council then of Resolution 2022-06. Item number 4, discussion and possible action to approve the amended fiscal year 2022-2023 School Resource Officer Agreement between the City of Guthrie and the Guthrie School District of Logan County. Leroy.
Officer Williams announced his retirement from the Guthrie Police Department. Both the school district and the city have been very pleased with the lineup of the 3 school resource officers at the school district. So we explored ways of how we could retain Officer Williams in that role. And the best way to do it is for Officer Williams to become a school district employee and would remain a Guthrie Reserve officer, and then the other 2, Sergeant Gibbs and Officer Friesen, would of course remain Guthrie police officers. When you look at it from a financial standpoint, it doesn't cost the city any more under this arrangement than the prior arrangement where we had 3 of our officers out there. The school will bear the expense of Officer Williams, but the way this is structured, they won't pay us any more than they paid previously, and our costs won't be any more. So it works out basically a swap, but allows us to keep the same lineup of 3 people that we've been very pleased with and school's been very pleased with as school resource officers at the school system.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion? Basically a win-win-win, looks like.
Yep.
Submit your votes.
I'll vote Strand.
See the votes. Unanimous approval then from all councilmen present to approve the amendment 2022-2023 to the school resource officer agreement between the city and the Guthrie school system. Item number 5, discussion and possible action to approve resolution 2022-37, establishing a 911 emergency telephone fee for calendar year 2023.
This is an annual requirement that we have to adopt this. We participate in 911 system through ACOG, but each individual town annually has to adopt this resolution to set the 3% fee.
Okay, and that's been pretty standard, 3%.
For many, many years.
Okay, so there's no increase there.
So moved.
Motions or second?
Second.
Second, okay. Motion and second. Any other discussion? Submit your votes.
I'll vote Strand.
See the votes. Unanimous approval. Then from council present, then to approve resolution 2022-37. Item number 6, discussion possible action to approve and adopt the terms and conditions of the U.S. Rural Business Cooperative Service Financial Assistance Agreement as presented and authorizing the mayor to execute the grant agreement. This is a grant.
Shonda will do 6 and
Shonda.
7.
Okay,
There she is.
there you go. Got 5 minutes.
Yes, so y'all may remember the pop-up shop grant program that I had been working on. This was another grant that I applied to kind of last minute after I had already submitted the T-Mobile grant, and we ended up getting awarded this one as well. So this is through the USDA Rural Development Business Grant Program. So it's another additional $50,000 to the project.
So does that mean we're going to have more pop-up shops, or?
It means that we're going to enhance the project. So we are going to have higher quality materials. We're going to add public bathrooms. We're going to make the shops insulated, include some temperature control, things like that. So it's going to make the project a lot nicer than it was going to be originally. So.
Well, I think the concept, I think we all agree, the
Doubles the-
concept as a business incubator is wonderful, a great
Right.
opportunity, and thanks to T-Mobile and now the Rural Business Co-op
Yes.
for approximately $50,000 each
Yes.
for that initiative.
So how many are there? Was there 6? Is that?
Yeah, so there's 6 structures, and then now, well, 7 with the addition of the bathrooms. But there's going to be 2 that are food vendor services. They're going to be a little bit bigger, kind of like food truck type size. And then there's going to be 4 that are general retail, and they're a little bit smaller, 8 by 8. So.
Have you
That's a
decided where
really-
to put it at yet?
We have not signed an official lease agreement. We are still looking at the lot that is owned by Wanderfolk where the fiddle shop was. But if anything doesn't work out there, we're still going to be putting it in our historic downtown.
Yeah, I think that'd be a pretty great location, and again, great concept.
Congratulations, I appreciate
So,
that.
yeah, wonderful. Thanks for all your efforts in that. With that, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion?
Oh, we gotta stay there for the next one.
Submit
No,
your
she
votes.
did.
All votes for Ann.
Let's see the votes. Unanimous approval then from all those present, council present, to approve and adopt the terms and conditions of the Rural Business Co-op for the grant on the pop-up shops. Item number 7, discussion possible action to accept T-Mobile hometown grant in the amount of $49,933 and authorize the mayor to execute the grant agreement. Same
deal.
concept.
Same thing, yes.
Very good.
Just doubles it is what it does.
Right.
perfect.
I applied for the T-Mobile one, and I think it was a few months later that I learned about the USDA opportunity, so I applied for that as well, just in case, and I ended up getting both. So it
Wonderful, wonderful.
worked out nice. Thank you.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you
Okay,
very much.
have a motion?
Second.
And a second. Any other discussion?
Oh,
Submit your votes.
All votes for Ann.
See the votes. Unanimous approval from those councilmen present then to approve the action of T-Mobile and accepting their grant of $49,933. City manager report. Brian?
yeah, okay. Leroy, do you have a report?
I sent a report out this afternoon on the status of our various grant applications. I'd be glad to walk through it if you want me to, but
I saw
otherwise,
that.
that's my report.
Perfect.
Well, that, I've got a comment about it. If I was counting correctly, your information that you gave us reflects that you and your staff have 9 grant applications that are in process, that you've got 3 or 4 that have already been submitted. This is in the last 6 or so months. And 6 grants that have already been awarded. That's 18 grants that you and your staff have been diligent in working on over the last 6-8 months. I think that's phenomenal, just phenomenal. I know we can't be successful in all of them, but 6 of them, you have been successful already, and you got 12 in process.
And
Thank you.
those 6 are the ones that are active. It doesn't include the other grants like the Land and Water Conservation Grant for Mineral Wells and some other grants that we've completed. We've probably gotten about $5 million worth of grants already.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like Shonda's, we got $100,000 for these pop-up shops, and I guess we're investing approximately $50,000 in manpower to do in-kind services, if you will. But you and your staff are leveraging the resources of this community fantastically. So again, congratulations and thank
Thanks,
you.
and I apologize for stepping out, but somebody had a question I was
Yeah,
trying to address.
no problem, no problem. Okay, anything else? Leroy, anything else?
That's all I have.
Okay, anybody else have a comment on the grant information? Okay, all right. Councilman Guthrie.
I don't have a whole, appreciate everybody coming out. I do want, we can't obviously discuss the thing that's not on an agenda, but, everybody has a right to show up, and as well as the landowner has a right to try to do what they can do with the land. So just follow the process. I appreciate you being engaged. But there is a process, and you'll follow it right along through planning, and it'll end up back here at some point in time. So,
Does everyone have a right to speak on that subject? Sign in?
Because it wasn't a agenda item, we asked that there be one spokesperson for the whole group.
Is that in the bylaw? Sorry.
That's how we've operated, when there's a whole group. If you're all going to speak on the same, basically on the same topic, we ask that there be one spokesperson, and that was determined. Councilman Williams.
I just have one question. Today it dawned on me that we were into October, and it was April 19th that we discussed providing the package, working towards the package to send out for a new city manager. So I just wonder where we're at on that.
well, that's a good question.
We're
Leroy?
working on it.
So it's in progress. But yes, we can't lose sight of that because that time can
Time's
get
slipping
by,
away, yeah.
can get by very quickly. Okay,
That's okay.
We thought we would have the opportunity to speak during public comment.
okay. Councilman Long.
I just want to recognize Tenny Maker and his crew. It seems like they've just continued to be taxed with water main breaks and leaks and this, that, and the other. And they just continue to do a phenomenal job. And I just greatly appreciate everything that Public Works does. I think so many times they go unrecognized or unnoticed, but they really do a great job. We all expect to be able to turn on our faucets and the water flow, and it didn't at my house one day. And called Tenny, and he was Johnny on the spot. So greatly appreciate those guys.
Yeah. Councilman Taylor.
Don't forget this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is the Bluegrass Festival. Something that I think a lot of people like to come to. We should have a good crowd. It's going to be nice weather, so that's good. And I appreciate you saying that because you got out and mowed the dam today, so that makes it nice too. I get to drive across. I don't have bugs and weeds flying in my face. But other than that, thank you, staff. Thank you, Shonda. That was great. $100,000. I really appreciate you.
Okay, just one comment. Just to remind everybody, we are in a drought. We have a burn ban going on in the city and the county. Water is a precious resource, as we all know. I just ask that we all try to conserve with this drought scenario, and it's looking like there's not going to be an end in the near future. So we just all need to pull together to preserve that resource that we have. Yes, ma'am.
They should be allowed now. As the attorney.
Simply says addressing the question, it doesn't say that there's anything wrong with one person.
Okay, well, that's the position that we have taken in the past when there's a large number of people. No, I think that's fine. Otherwise, we have multiple people speaking on the same issue, which you're all here on the same issue. There's a process that you're going to be going through, multiple steps, that you're going to have opportunity for more and more input. Okay, all right. All right, all right, all right. Thank you very much. That being the last item on our agenda, we're adjourned. Thank you.
This is
Something there.